All right. Mr. Durden, your first candidate's here.
Okay, my 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
All right. Hi there. I'm
Hello.
Tom.
How you doing? I'm Benjamin Rogers. How you doing?
Benjamin, good. Good to have you with us. Got your resume there?
Yes,
Come
I
on
got
in
it
and
right
have
here.
a seat. Have a seat. Been looking for you this afternoon.
Thank you, sir.
We've had a good day. We're interviewing a number of people for this particular position,
Oh,
and we're glad you're one of them.
oh, thank
Now, I know that whenever somebody comes in for an interview process, it's kind of uncomfortable. So I try to go against that. I make it sit back a little bit.
Okay.
Just have a little bit of conversation first. And you've given me a resume.
Yes,
So
sir.
I know what you are, what you've done, where you worked, and all that sort of thing.
Sure.
I want to know about what the resume doesn't explain.
Okay, sir.
So, first question.
Sure.
Who is Ben Rogers? What do you like? What are your interests?
Well, my interests mainly stem from drawing, playing video games. I like to help people if they're in trouble sometimes.
Really? Okay. Well, that skill set would play in very well. Obviously, you're applying for an IT position.
Sure.
Let me tell you where we're at right now. With our computer system,
Mhm.
we have 130 people that utilize this software.
Sure.
And I think probably 30 of them utilize it correctly. There's about 100 of them who do not. So it would require some training. Problem
Okay.
is, when the system goes down, we're so busy we don't have time.
Okay.
And when the system goes down, that's critical.
All right.
As an IT employee, time is of the essence.
Sure.
If we called you and said, hey, I've got a problem with this, immediately, can you go into action?
Yes, sir.
Figure out, diagnose the problem?
Sir.
All right. Tell me what kind of problems you've had with IT, with computers before, and how you handle it.
Well, the first problem I normally have would be that sometimes the keys won't respond at times, and there are times when at first I might not know where everything might go at first, but I usually can figure out where everything can go, even if it doesn't seem like I can do it.
Okay. We have a lot of computers. We have 65 different computers all throughout the organization, and they're shared with those 130 people. So sometimes the different shift works and things, different people are on at different times. So some of it sometimes is hardware, like you're talking about, when something may not go. Troubleshooting is a big key. So that would be one of those things that we may call you on a moment's notice. What if you were eating lunch? You were 20 minutes away, you're having a good lunch with one of your coworkers, and I called you and I said, Ben, I got a problem. How quick can you be here?
I'll most likely tell you I'll get here as quick as I can, and if I don't arrive in time, then I'll call you then and tell you I have a problem, and
Okay.
I'll try to get here as soon as I can from there.
Well, that's good to know. I like the part that you said you like to help people, because that's probably going to be 90% of your job.
Sure.
You're helping people fix, because they can't do their job if the computer's not functioning properly. Whether it's the computer, whether it's software, whether it's hardware, or whether it's the person punching the keys. We did a lot of that. If you got somebody who's just doesn't understand the software, how do you go back talking to somebody? You say, all right, dummy, this is the way you do it? Or how do you talk to somebody to explain to them the proper use of the software?
I have found that speaking calmly is the best solution for pretty much anything, really, because if you
Okay.
act out in anger, it'll most likely resort into a fight, and that customer won't likely they won't want to work with you again. They won't want to
Okay.
they don't want to do your business. They won't.
Okay. I like that. So you try to instill the trust of that person that you're working with.
Yes, sir.
Never alienate. That's the way we run our business here. I don't like the levels of yelling and screaming at people, or calling someone a name, or downgrading them at all, because, hey, we're all in this together. We have one goal with this company, and that's to serve our customers.
So,
And if we can serve our customers, we're all part of that team. Okay, well, that's good. I like that answer. There are certain things I can and cannot ask you in an interview. Okay, I can't ask you about your age, but I can ask you. You're a young man. Are you over 18?
yes, sir.
Good.
I am 22.
Okay, that's great. Are you married? Got any kids?
No, sir. I'm single.
Okay. Well, that makes a difference. And the only reason I say that is because I've hired people before that I've hired single mothers, and when the child gets sick, they're the ones that has to stay at home and take care of the sick child.
I understand.
So nobody's here to do their job. What would prohibit you from coming in to doing your job?
The problem I would say would be either sickness or school.
Okay.
Other than that, I'd be pretty much free any other time.
Okay. Well, not good. Now we allow for training, so school will be a part of your job. Okay. We want to make sure that you stay one step ahead of us because IT is so important. You need to tell us what's coming.
Plan ahead.
So yes, sir, absolutely. So we'll make sure that you have the time and opportunity within your work realm to go to school and help train us. The other thing, sickness. I, as an employer, have one request.
Sure.
That if you are ever sick or going to be late, that you contact us. Okay?
Of course.
I give everybody my cell phone number, and that way you can call me if you're stuck in traffic. I like to know. If you've been sick all night and just cannot come in now, or you want to try to come in later, you can call me, right?
Sure.
Okay. And that's a very simple rule that I have, but I want people to know that up front. Okay. So I know you've got credentials to do this job. I've seen by your resume. We have 37 applications. Okay. And you're the first one of today, but actually we've been doing this for 2 weeks. We've got another week and a half before we do this.
Okay.
Out of these 37 applicants, tell me what makes Ben different than all the rest of them. Why should I hire you?
Because I'm willing to work my hardest at this job. I'm determined to doing the job as best as I can. And even if the job seems to be impossible at times, I'll still do it.
Oh, good. So you like a challenge?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I like people who are going to give their all. Okay. Now, I don't want you to have this is all of your life. Okay. A lot of the times that we work to live, but not necessarily do we live to work. Okay. I want you to be here. I want you to put your heart and soul into it, but I want you to have a life outside of this work. Now, if it's the same or if it's different, that's okay. That's up to you. But I like people who have a passion for what they do.
Okay.
Do you like computers? Do you like IT?
Yes, I do, sir. I'm on it almost every time,
All right.
every day.
So, in your leisure time, you play video games?
Yes, sir.
Well, good. What's your favorite video game?
I would have to say it's a tie between Smash Brothers and Pokemon.
Okay. All right. Now, let me ask, are you one of these kind of guys who stays up till 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning playing games?
Not necessarily. It's more a combination of just either watching stuff or doing homework.
Okay. So you do it for work, you do it for pleasure as well. Okay.
Well, not entirely, but sometimes yes.
Okay. Well, that's good. Well, you're comfortable with it, and that's the main thing. I want somebody who is comfortable with it, who's not afraid to tackle a situation. Because if it was easy, we could all do it and we wouldn't need you. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
you've
sir.
got to have somebody in that position. Okay. So if you were to come on work here, we normally work a 40-hour week. So that gives you plenty of time to do your other, whatever your hobbies and things like that are. We do things together. A lot of times you're coworkers.
Sure.
We have a bowling league where people get in and go bowling together.
Sure.
We have a softball team where
Okay.
people play softball
Interesting.
in different times. So we want to make that relationship with your coworkers. It's easier to work with somebody you know. You've already talked about where you want to build a trust with your coworkers.
Sure.
That's good. You need to be able to talk to people on a first name basis. I get that. I sense that you're a calm person.
Sure.
Okay. That goes a long way in our book. So if we were to come to an agreement, like I say, we've got a few more interviews to do. We're going to make our decision probably within the next 10 days.
Okay.
Okay. And if I call Mr. Ben and I say, Ben, we've decided you're the best candidate for the job. When could you start?
Most likely, I will be able to start 2 weeks from now because to give my former employer a heads up.
Okay. All right. So let me tell you the reason I asked that question. Because if you tell me that, okay, I'm going to commit to you, but I first must give a 2-week notice to my current employer, that tells me you're the right kind of person.
Sure.
Because if I hire someone who's going to leave and come to my organization just like that,
sure,
then if they did that to their current employer, they may do that to me one day. Okay? So I like to hire people who have good ethics, which you do exemplify that. I like to hire people who are passionate about what they do, and you've obviously displayed that as well. I like to hire good, honest people. I like to hire people who want to help each other. Because I have to be blunt, honest with you. I don't like spending time during interviews. Okay? We hire dozens of people every year, and it takes time out of my day. So I don't want to have to do it over and over and over again. I like to hire long-range employees. Okay? I would like to hire someone who can be working here a year from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now. So if I ask that, I want to ask you one last question.
Sure.
Where do you see yourself being in 10 years from now?
I see myself having a stable job, maybe having a family of my own, maybe. Not guaranteed, but maybe. And just have a successful life. Not the best life, but just one that's successful.
Well, that's good. Part of I think what we do, because most of us have to work. We're not independently wealthy. We have to work. So once we have a job, if we put our heart into it, the money will come. And I've told people, if you're chasing a dollar bill, go somewhere else and chase it. This job pays this much money. Obviously, you've seen the salary requirements and you're okay with it. You're looking for that. It's a way to provide for you and your prospective family down the road. Well, Mr. Ben, I wish you the best in life. It sounds like you'd make a good fit for our company. And if we can make something happen, then we will we'll give you a call. And that's about all we have time for today. Is there any one last thing that you need to tell me to leave me with that this interview might not share?
Well, I do have a few questions.
Absolutely.
For one, how often, this may sound like a lot of people have asked this, but how often how often can you have weekly paid vacations? How often can you have those?
Okay. Well, obviously, since you're not an employee yet, you've not seen the employee handbook. Okay. One of the things that we didn't go over are employee benefits. Okay.
Sure.
As an employee of our company, you're entitled to health benefits. The company pays for your health care coverage. We do offer some additional coverages like vision coverage, dental coverage, spouse and dependent coverage. You can certainly entertain those as well. We do allow paid time off. We call it PTO,
okay,
personal time off, paid time off, whatever you choose to term it as. You get 1 week after a year,
okay,
2 weeks after 2 years. You may have to be here 100 years before you get 3 weeks, okay? It takes a while, but you accrue that during the time.
Okay.
And that's very important. As you can tell, I'm pretty old, and you're not. Younger people, especially like the millennials and those generations, they like time off. So we have geared our organization to accommodate that. Remember how I said that the work to live to work kind of thing?
Yes, sir.
We want you to have a life outside of here.
Okay.
We want you to be here to do the job, but a well-rounded person will have a life outside of here. that time off is very important. Yeah, it's unfortunate that we have to take time to go to the doctor. We're all human, things break, they fall apart, whatever. I get that. You got to go to the dentist. I understand that. My cousin's getting married. I need a long weekend because I'm in the wedding. I can get all that. So the only request that we have is that we schedule it ahead of time.
Okay.
But you as an employee will get accrued time off.
All right.
Okay. Good question.
Thank you.
Good question. Anything else?
I can't think of anything at the top of my head.
Okay.
I think you pretty much answered all my questions.
Well, good. Well, here's what I'm going to do. As we go out, my secretary will give you a copy of my business card.
Okay.
On the back, I've instructed her to put my cell phone number on it. It's not on the front because I don't give everybody my cell phone number.
Okay.
But if you get home tonight and realize, oh man, I wish I had asked this particular question, feel free to give me a call. That's my cell phone number. I'll answer it. We're a good place to work. Makes my job easier to surround myself with good people. Okay?
Okay.
What I can see, you're good people. That'll go a
Thank
long way within our company.
Okay, thank you.
I appreciate your time and thank you for coming in today.
Okay,
And
thank
we
you.
will soon be in touch.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ben.
Probably need to take that last bit out.
Yeah, you can